We're live. Hey everyone, my name is Mackenzie. I'm the founder of Grad Jobs. I help students and graduates all over the world to get dream jobs. And I'm here today with Raff. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to come.
Not a problem.
So Raff, could you tell everyone about what you're doing at the moment? What kind of work?
Well, I am currently a graduate auditor at AFF Audit, and thanks to Mackenzie hiring us here, because I was really wondering about the job.
Awesome. And what do you typically do as a graduate auditor on a day-to-day basis?
So it's more of a self-managed superfund auditing. So when I go to the office, I'll have funds allocated to me to be audited. So I start from one audit and then finish it off around 2 hours, start another one. So yeah, asking my mentor how to do it. And we got a training buddy as well. He trains us from the scratch thing. So yeah, it's been easy for me, and that's what I was looking for, because I wasn't sure if I could land a job in a big four and have their own kind of expectation. I don't know if I could meet that one up or not, but this job has really, set me off for those kinds of big dreams as well. But I kind of enjoy this work as well because they are teaching us from scratch, and then I got to learn a lot. So yeah.
That sounds awesome. And are you enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah. It feels so good. Like it's one of the biggest things ever happened to my life. So yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been there now?
Been around a month, 4 weeks.
Fantastic. So still settling in. Well, thank you very much for coming today. This interview is about helping people who aren't quite there yet, who are still looking for their jobs, and hopefully giving them some motivation, maybe some advice, some tips and tricks. So maybe where we'll start off is when you started looking for jobs, what would you say was the biggest mistake that you made at first?
The way I used to contact people, or the way I made my resume, or the way I was looking, my viewpoint towards the job, I believe that was totally different. The way you used to look at the job market, and you have thrown me around how to build up the jobs and stuff. But yeah, previously, I used to wonder if I would be able to make the job market or not, because I used to question myself, if I am the one who really gets that job or not, or if I'm able to get that job or not. But I found you.
Thank you. It's very kind of you. Very kind. I appreciate it. And so you're saying a few things. The way you looked at the job market was one.
That's right.
And resume, talking to employers. So could you tell us more about what you mean by how you looked at the job market? What was different, at the beginning when you started your search versus towards the end when you were successful with it and got an offer?
Well, I had few internship experiences, plus I did some virtual internships as well. But despite doing those things, I always used to wonder, oh my God, that's a paid job, and they will take a lot out of me to get that job. But that turned around. So my whole experience actually was very, very useful for me to get a job. Despite of they were unpaid virtual internships. So I still think it would need more of me, but obviously they'll need more of me, but that was enough for me to get a job. So yeah, I don't know if I answered that correctly, but yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So one of the things you're saying was you didn't think that you were kind of worthy of getting these jobs, like it was something above your pay grade almost. And then,
right.
So at the beginning, that's what you thought, but then you started to believe, actually, I can do this?
Yeah. So after using your program when I was messaging people, sending my resumes through, and they were actually replying me. And like they were almost the managing director or partners of the firm. So I was like, okay, yeah, I think I can do something up here. So that's how I started, and then I feel like okay, I can get jobbing. Yeah.
That's awesome. So it was almost that moment where you started to see feedback from the market, like, oh my god, a managing director's messaging me, and you thought, yeah, I can do this.
That's right.
That's awesome.
And I obviously have one thing as well, but so the job which I get here, and my manager actually currently told me when this job manager called him for the references, she told me how she was impressed of me. So that was because of the messages, how I sent her the email before the interview, how I sent her the email after the interview. So she was impressed with that, and thankfully I got the job as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the other thing you talked about was your resume. So you that was something at first that that you think you were making a mistake with. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I was just going with my normal resume, how I used to make before. And after joining your program, you taught me the correct format how to build a resume. So with that, it kind of gave me more confidence in the interview as well, how to set up the resume and how I want to tell about myself to other people. So it really helped me out. Throughout the process, like resume helped me out with the interviews as well. Obviously, getting the job, of course, but yeah.
And what do you think it was about the resume? Could you put your finger on it? What was the difference?
Well, resumes are selling point, right? So before I used to have like a normal dot points about myself, but so on your format, I really systematically show people how I do things. I think that's what I find really, really different. And that's how I track my resume as well, by just telling about my resume.
Okay, awesome. So to kind of summarize that, it's instead of just having a standard resume with a few points on it about what you did, it's kind of more about what you did and how you did it, a bit more detailed and more to the point.
That's right. Yeah.
Summarize.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing you talked about, another mistake you think you made was with reaching out to employers, right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I didn't used to get messages, to be honest. Like, no messages at all. I used to fear, like, how could I message a partner of a big firms? I mean, like, it's unrealistic. But how you taught me to message them and how to respond their messages, I mean, like, I still get messages a lot, and I'm still getting them. So.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. And so, if you were, say you were, because when did you graduate? When did you finish your masters?
I finished my bachelor's on 2021 August, and I almost waited. Oh yeah, I almost did 1 year.
1 year.
And I got a job in August as well.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 year.
And so, if you were kind of, if you could go back to your first day of your masters, and you could, your master's degree on your first day, so like almost 3 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
What advice would you give yourself?
That's a tough question. Well,
what's the number one piece of advice, and then we can move on from that.
Well, I still get like so much anxious how people can get jobs in here, and I still hurry things up. Okay, trying to do these things. grasp all the experiences, but I believe now I would say someone like don't hurry things up, take a time, relax a bit, research the market, and then look for the experiences, know how to talk with people, build your communication skills like as soon as possible, and but don't be hard on yourself. That it will come along the way when you are in the university.
Okay, and do you think you would? When would you start looking for jobs, or start thinking about your, your graduate job if you could do this again?
I mean, like, I'll be on the first day of university, to be honest, because I'm on that particular big year, on that world-based university to get a good job. Let's say to get a job in big four firms if you are in accounting, right? So I'll be thinking that on the first day, okay, how can I get a job from here when I get graduated? Because you have to build yourself, you have to know how you can sell yourself on the market out there. It's very competitive in accounting.
Okay, awesome. And I know I'm just kind of firing away a lot of questions here, but I think these will be valuable. And if there's anything you think would be valuable for the people watching this, I'm happy to do that. But the last one that comes to my head is, if you were, say someone watching this right now, there's a good chance they've been applying to jobs a lot and they're not hearing back.
Yeah.
And maybe they're a student, maybe they've graduated a while ago. What advice would you give them now that you've managed to secure, I guess, kind of your dream job, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, it's a dream job. It's not a kind. It's a dream job. I mean, I've been learning a lot. That is what I wanted, if you remember.
Yeah.
But well, to be honest, like, I would tell them Mackenzie is the man, but he has got a lot of behind things like his program, the way he helped us. I mean, he is the man, but also it will require your hard work as well, how you want to go with the help he provide. I mean, if you also work hard with whatever the stuff he gives you and trust him, obviously, he can be on my shoes as well someday. It's easy.
It's easy now. Okay. Well, you don't have to, like, I really appreciate the kind words, but imagine. So, what if someone doesn't have me to help, and they, I'm Grad Jobs doesn't exist anymore? Then what would you recommend?
Well, I mean, like, build your resume very, very nicely, high attractive resume, and then try to figure out what you want at first, because what kind of job you want, and how people are getting into that job. Look out for the people who actually have that job and how they get there. Try to search for the experience which they had before, and if you could land onto that job, get some experiences to your resume, and skill yourself, like communicate with people, try reaching out to people, ask for help, or maybe like be curious of what you want to do. If you are curious, like you want to do on something, then you could end up getting a job. Not immediately, but obviously.
Awesome. I think that's great advice. And I think that's probably it for today, to be honest. I think that's just jam-packed with a lot of good tips and tricks. Is there anything else that you would like to mention to anyone watching this at all? Anything at all?
I didn't get that one.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention or anything else you'd like to mention to people watching this? So students, grads, people looking for their dream jobs. Any other tips, nuggets from you?
Well, I think keep pushing hard, because, for example, for the international students, it gets tough when you're looking for the job and working somewhere else, and let's say you don't have enough time to kind of, okay, that's fine, I would end up working on a different thing. That's okay, I'm still getting money, but don't interrupt your dream. Just saying that I don't do it. You actually can't do it. So, yeah.
You actually just made me think of another good question to ask you. So how, because you were working during your degree, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you were working up until the day you got the job or your dream job.
Yeah.
And how many days a week were you working typically?
Almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every day, like 7 days a week.
So here's the thing, and I'm sure you know this as well, or have heard this, but a lot of people, they kind of they do that, like they work quite a lot, not even 7 days. Sometimes people will work 3-4 days a week, and I'll talk with them and they'll say, I don't have enough time to search for jobs. They'll say, oh, it's too difficult, I'm working, I can't do both, it's not enough time. And really, like, as you've shown, that is kind of just an excuse, right? It is possible.
That's right. Like, after about 7 days, I managed to do internship on the same time. I managed to volunteer for the library at the same time. I mean, like, it's just an excuse. Like, if you really want something, you have to work hard and you have to give that time. That's it. Like, I mean, there's no excuse if you want to have a career which you had a dream job of. So you can do it, obviously, but it's just something you have to work hard on.
What do you have any tips or secrets for how you able to manage your time so well? Work all these hours plus work with me, implement all of my stuff, which takes a while, right? To actually learn it, to implement it, and then interview for these audit jobs.
I mean, it's about, so for me, like, particularly for me, it's about what you prioritize a lot and what you want to be. And that's how, like, everything will set you up from, okay, so this is the thing I wanted. Like, I really wanted, this is the one. And this is the second listing I really wanted. This is the third listing I really wanted. There are lots of things, I mean, in this age, we tend to do which are not specifically what we should be doing. So I stopped wasting time on those things, to be honest, and just invested what I really want. And I finally got it. So yeah.
And did you have to give up some nice things to achieve this thing this big goal? Did you have to achieve? Yeah.
Of course, yes. Like meeting with friends after work, late night parties, obviously. So obviously, like, we have to give up some things to get some things, right? So yeah, I didn't go anywhere. Like, to be honest, I haven't visited Adelaide like properly, honestly speaking. But now I will. I got a job. I got a secure job now. I will visit now, but yeah, like, I give up almost everything for the job. So yeah.
Yeah, and you earned it, didn't you? You earned it.
Yeah.
You're one of the hardest working people I've met. So, respect.
Thank you.
Massive respect. I hope other students and grads who really want this as bad as you will take a leaf out of your book and put in the work.
No.
And I guess it does suck. But I really like what you said about prioritizing, because it's so true, isn't it? It's people say they don't have time, but they do have time to, scroll on Instagram for 3 hours and watch Netflix every day and go out and spend 30 minutes, I don't know, traveling to Domino's or whatever.
That's right. Like, it's about what you prioritize and then what you are working hard for it. I mean, like, back in Melbourne when I was doing my uni, I used to work for a restaurant as well. And then whenever things get tough, I always remember, okay, I'm doing this now, but I'm ending up becoming an auditor. So just do it. And that was my, go-to point. Okay, let's push hard more. So it's about what you are thinking right now or before you are going to university or if you are in university, then just think like, okay, it's accounting, I might not end up getting a job because it's complicated, but work hard from the process. If your process is good, you'll end up getting a job.
My last question for you. You made me think of another one. How important was it for you to set a goal? You know, for example, the goal of being an auditor in Australia at a good company.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am a guy who likes to plan things up way before what I really want to do. I don't know if you remember that one or not, but when you talked for the first time, I told you, okay, so this is the thing I want to do, and then this is the second thing, and this is the third thing I'll be doing after that. So I like to plan things up. I like to set a goal and break it down to a small goal, and then try to get the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one, and then the final goal. So, I mean, it's very, very important to have a goal, first thing, and then don't try the biggest goal at once, but break it down into different goals. Get the first goal, and then the second one, and then eventually what you want.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Raff. Always good to see you, and I hope you continue to enjoy your role. And obviously, we'll continue to stay in touch.
Cool. Yeah, I will.
All right. Thanks, mate. Thanks for your time today.
No worries.
See you, everyone.
Okay,
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.